We were called to respond to a person trapped in a trench. Appears on our arrival, or on the fire department's arrival, they encountered an individual who had been buried in a trench that had collapsed. Appears that they were doing some sort of work here where they were trying to do some water mitigation. At this point, we're investigating to see if the proper safety precautions were taken. By the time we got here, he was out. He had been rescued by his co-workers as well as one of the homeowners up here. Pretty heroic on their part.
Dug the trench?
We dug the trench. We were literally putting in the last pipe, going to put the gravel in, and that's where the soil gave out from under my feet. You know, I jumped back. I heard a couple of screaming. My boss said, "Willie!" And I was like, "Oh no." So I jumped in the pit. We had to uncover him for the next 5 minutes. He was buried.
By what?
Soil. There were a couple of rocks I picked out, which was really scary.
And I saw one of the guys going real fast. He was moving like about 80 miles an hour, and he jumped on the machine, so I knew something happened right away. So I jumped out, and I ran up there, and he started yelling out. He says, he's underneath. So I knew that he was buried in the hole, and we didn't know where he was. You know, he was deep. Once we knew where his head was, we didn't know where his body was either. So you don't want to hurt him. So they kept digging and digging. But you know, once you get down too much, you worry, you know. But we finally got him.
Saw him. He was conscious and alert. Appeared to have some sort of internal injuries, and he was transported to the hospital immediately. One of his co-workers was transported as well. He had some issues with the heat and his blood pressure and things like that, understandably so.
I give a lot of credit to my boss. I kind of froze up, but he acted quickly. I guarantee that if he didn't act as quick as he did, Willie could be dead.
So 15.
He walked out, which was pretty, but his face was he was bleeding from the mouth quite a bit. I don't know what happened to him. You know, he could have been inside, you know, but he did walk up, dazed, but he got up.
Thankfully, he's out. It's probably nothing short of a miracle that not only he's out, but none of the rescuers were injured as well. So.